before we start, let's everybody scooch over like half a step so we have a few friends really tight on the back. Okay, please open the page for our very first chant, Young Teaching. And if you happen to have your cell phone with you today, please make sure it's completely mute.
Well, good morning, everyone. And thank you so much, Michael, Cassie, and Frank, for that wonderful music to open today's special service. We are celebrating the day of our founding teacher's great enlightenment, one of the most important annual observances in the practice of Won Buddhism. I've been celebrating this holiday for 15 years now, and for me, with my Christian background, it's kind of like Easter and Christmas rolled up into one. Christmas, because Won Buddhism was born when Master Sotaesan became enlightened. And Easter, because soon thereafter, he founded a new order which thrived. And here we are today, celebrating in America. Let us begin with Qi Gong practice, guided by Bob Lenberg, who has been practicing and teaching Qi Gong for over 20 years. After the Qi Gong practice, Emily, who joins us from Charlotte, will be sharing her reflections about her recent retreat with our Reverends at Southern Dharma Retreat Center. Now, please stand up for Qi Gong.
Good morning, everyone. Grateful to be here. Thank you for inviting me. And we have a wide range of life experience in here. So I invite you to move within your level of comfort. So let's begin with, okay, thank you. And taking a moment to simply arrive. So feet shoulder width or so apart, not too close, not too far. Relaxing the legs a little bit. Maybe there's a little bounce in there. Allowing the tailbone to be heavy, the spine to lengthen. And finding the soles of the feet and pressing the soles of the feet into the earth, and the crown rises. But still the legs are soft. So finding the breath in and out the nose as best we can through the mask. And just observing stillness, stillness inside your skin, the stillness beyond the skin between ourselves and our neighbors. The space is filled with individuals, collective, and on Zoom and at home too, in Sony land. And then just take a moment, notice the fingers. Allow the fingers to simply gently move, circle, and start to move the space around you in the fingers. It's very gently. Stirring the qi. Maybe even noticing those swirls kind of radiating out from your fingers and your hands. And then allow that to settle. And we'll bring our awareness to the feet. And very gently shifting the weight from one foot to the other, side to side. You can feel one foot get heavier or more pressure, the other one get lighter, less pressure. Swaying back and forth. So when one side fills, your weight is on one side. Allow the other foot to simply, with the ball on the foot, we're going to make the circles as we usually do. And what I invite you to do this time is to allow the movement to begin in the foot so that you're rolling through all the bones and all the tissues of that foot. And the movement initiates in the foot and travels up the leg and the knee and the hip. Change directions. So you're really finding the connection of this foot to the earth. And then allow that to pause. Bring the heel down, shift the weight to the other side. Press the ball of the foot, the heel lifts, and rolling through the bones and the tissues of that foot. And that is what travels up through the leg to the knee, the hip, changing directions, all the way through the balls, each ball of the foot. Okay. And release the heel down. Let's pay attention to our knees. If you have like crunchy knees, small movements is perfect. Bigger is not necessarily better. We're going to drop the tail, place the hands on the knees, and we're going to just move the knees in symmetric circles and allow the feet to be released on the earth so that you're not like going in, rolling in and out of the feet, but simply rolling the knees. And allow that to pause and change directions. Allowing the movement to be full and aware. Feeling the movement. Knees, such wonderful joints. Thank you very much, knees. Press the soles of the feet into the earth. And now, we're going to do a very simple movement. Feet are more or less forward. And there's not so much room between people, so maybe we'll keep this small. But I invite you to just shift one knee forward and one knee back. One knee forward. And you can just allow the torso for right now to be quiet. One knee forward, one knee back. And the feet are on the floor, not picking the feet up. We're not shifting weight side to side. Weight is in the middle. We're just shifting the knees forward and back. And they don't have to go so far beyond the toes. And then allow your pelvis and your torso to become involved in the movement. So we're just going side to side. We're not rotating the trunk, although you may. And as you change the pace with arms loose, simply moving the knees forward and back, that movement travels up through the pelvis, torso, loose arms, gently sway. And then you can continue and release the whole spine so that the whole spine and torso and neck rotate. Being gentle with the neck so you don't over-rotate the neck. And again, bigger is not better. Just using the knees and the pelvis as your motor. While you're doing this, listen, listen, listen. And then gradually let this swinging subside. Let it come to stillness. Oh, there's a little bounce in there. Allowing the weight or any holding to settle down like sand through water. From the crown of the head to the soles of the feet. Then let's take our hands and let's just grasping one or the other, and maybe a little stretch one side and then the other, just however it feels right for you. Mouth is relaxed, shoulders relaxed, no holding in the neck. Easy breathing. And release the hands. We're going to do a little bit more form. We're just going to drop the hands down to the neck, so that the thumb and the pointer finger frame the neck. And we're simply going to inhale, press up. Exhale. Still finding your feet. We're just going to continue this for a little while, a couple times. While the feet are on the earth, the tailbone is grounded and rooted. And imagine or feel that you're a rubber band, so that as you press up, you're lengthening the tissue inside, and then there's a recoil back. So you're not stretching, you're not locking your elbows, you're not going to 100%. As one of my teachers said, we're looking, just go 70%. We're looking for C students. No type A's here. Well, suit yourself. Okay, and let this down. For the sake of time, we'll just continue on with this next one. And this is about turning the head with the neck. And this is one of the most luscious movements I have found. And it's simply the head is going to scan side to side. The chin is not going to rise or lower. I'm not going to look up or down. But very slowly, I'm simply going to turn the head to one side. And if you want to connect the breath, you can, as you bring it to center, exhale. Inhale to the other side. When you start to feel any pressure, just notice that pressure in your neck. And then allow that to rebound, to come to center. And just continue very slowly. Tongue relaxed, jaw relaxed. And if you're inclined, as you turn your head to the side, just gently draw your ear back, just tilt back a little bit. Oh. And just feel as much as you can. The slower you go, the more you can deepen your awareness. And then one more time each side. Next time you come to center, we'll finish with one more movement. And this is a little bit more active. And find a way where you can spread your feet shoulder width and a half. Drop your tailbone. Your knees are going to bend. Place your hands on your thighs or your knees, fingertips in. And we're simply going to tilt to the side, rotate around to the other side, and then come straight up back to vertical. Oh. Oh. Straight up to vertical. We'll do that one more time. Okay, great. Before we go to the other side, I want to say that this is called wagging the tail. So can you do the same movement to the other side while initiating from your tail, the bottom of your spine? Oh, notice any difference. And you can have your hands on your knees or your thighs to give you support, but you don't have to use them if you don't want to. So you don't really need, but you can if you like. This is great for the waist, of course. And if you've done 3 there, turn your toes forward, bring your feet together, bring your hands to your danjan, and we'll just make little circles. Relax your belly into your hands, make some circles, honoring the center. Change directions. coming to stillness. Thank you very much.
Hi there, everyone. It's really lovely to be here today. As a primarily online practitioner, it's pretty rare that I get to come be with you, so I'm very excited to be here. In the same way, I want to express my great gratitude for this opportunity, and also the opportunity that I've had recently to go to Reverend Wangong's retreat at Southern Dharma. I have some notes so that I don't mess it up, so I'm going to get those out. As a person who's struggled with meditation for years now, being able to go on retreat is a really refreshing way to ignite motivation for me, so I'm really grateful that I had the opportunity to go. It's also the location that is very special to me of this particular retreat, because Southern Dharma is smack in the middle of the North Carolina mountains, which is where I grew up. So being able to sit in such a beautiful setting, and also in a way that is so rejuvenating to the spirit, is very touching to me on a personal level. So that's very special to me, because I can look out over the mountaintops and feel like I'm at home, while also experiencing the fourfold grace and the grace of heaven and earth especially. So through the retreat, I learned so much from Reverend Wangong and Reverend Sean, and also from the other participants. Everyone has their own unique approach to meditation. Everyone who comes to that retreat comes from different meditation backgrounds, and so it's very diverse in that way. So being able to hear everyone's various experiences and techniques that they've used over the years is very helpful. During this particular retreat, we practice noble silence, but during class sessions, I guess you'd call them, we're able to share with the group and express our reflections and any insights that we've had, and it's very enlightening, for lack of a better word, to be able to share that experience with other people. It really helps with my motivation to be in a space where everyone has the same goal, where we're all working to unify our minds and spirits, even in silence. So it's a beautiful experience. With guidance and energy from everybody in the space, I was able to explore different ways of refocusing and new methods of meditation that helped me find what works for me. It's difficult when you don't have a lot of immediate Sangha. Since I work online almost exclusively with this Sangha, it's refreshing for me to be able to share that experience. So this shift in mindset that I have from experiencing this is really instrumental in me being able to go home and sort of reevaluate. I find that one of the most difficult things after a retreat is to come home and not be on retreat anymore. Whenever I am on retreat, it feels as though, wow, this is amazing. I get to spend all of my time focusing and like centering and on my spiritual well-being. And then how can I integrate that into my everyday life when I come home? And that's really the most difficult part, I think. So this experience, especially over the last 2 weeks since the retreat has ended, has been all about me figuring out how to strike a balance between my daily obligations and my desire for spiritual well-being. So Overall, I think the deep connections that I've made with my practice and the other participants, and also to nature, are so valuable to me and my future as a meditator and a practitioner. So thank you to our wonderful reverends who work so hard to put opportunities together like this for the enrichment of our spiritual practice and well-being. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Now please welcome our Kyomanims, Reverend Wongong, Reverend Sean, and Reverend Ziyang, and join them in meditation and prayer. As our Kyomanims offer 4 bows, you are invited to do so from a seated position.
헌지연기야 심정 만사여이야 심통 전지여 동일체 아여 전지동심도 Page 4 영주
전지영기야 심정 만사여이야 심통 전지여와 동일체하여 전지영 심정 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 전지영기야 심정 만사여이야 심통 전지여와 동일체하여 전지영 심정
Prayer on this Great Awakening Day, 2023. O grace of heaven and earth, grace of parents and ancestors, grace of fellow beings, grace of justice and laws. How grateful we are to celebrate the enlightenment of our founding teacher. 108 years ago, on April 28, 1916, Venerable Sotaesan Pak Jungbin was enlightened to the truth of the universe, and Won Buddhism began to unfold. Thanks to Master Sotaesan's great endeavor and his great awakening, we are here today in our vibrant One Practice community. We celebrate this day not only as the founding anniversary of Won Buddhism, but as our spiritual birthday. We are grateful to pause in this moment to honor and celebrate all the Buddhas, sages, and teachers who guide us on the path to great awakening. In deep gratitude, we welcome the 108th birthday of Won Buddhism, the 56th year of Won Buddhism in the Americas, and the 18th anniversary of One Temple in North Carolina. For these past 18 years, it has been a great blessing for us to practice in North Carolina. We, as a Dharma family, envision that our two temples in Chapel Hill and Raleigh will continue to benefit practitioners in North Carolina and beyond, now and in the future. May all our Dharma friends, near and far, practicing in person and online, be blessed with the joy of awakening. Our meditation gardens continue to unfold with vibrant new life as refuges of natural beauty for the community. May these gardens be healing places for visitors to come and connect with their true nature, finding inner peace. As we pay homage to on this auspicious day, we honor and celebrate the seeds of great awakening within each of us. May we be awakened to the truth of no arising and no ceasing. May we be awakened to the truth of cause and effect. May our sisters and brothers in Dharma be awakened to their true nature and be liberated. May we realize the truth of Il-One. May we embody the Buddha within. This we pray. Page 9, 일원쌍바.
Hello, friends. Happy Great Enlightenment Day. Happy birthday, Kyomanims. Drew Pilot saying hello from Dublin, Ireland. Let's look at some pretty pictures from Ireland's Wild West. Steer your path into nature. Drop concepts and labels that limit reality to little boxes of convenience. Study nature's non-dual continuum, its seamless, perfect flow, utterly devoid of words and concepts. Use that awareness to unlearn obstacles embedded in the mind. Marvel at the ordinary and the magnificent. Breathe the pulse of the waves. Flow like water. Be still like rock. Train the mind in nature's classroom.
Now, let's listen to Rupal as she delivers the message from the head Dharma Master of the United States, Venerable Juksanjim.
Let's cultivate a happy life with the joy of enlightenment. The vitality of spring is blooming around the world. April is a season of grace, where all life emerging from the frozen ground revives and flourishes in its own way. It is also in April when Sotaesan, the founding master of Won Buddhism, became enlightened to the truth of Il-Won, the ultimate reality of the universe. April is a season of blessing and grace, when all living beings can rejoice and celebrate the joyous news of great enlightenment. I hope that this meaningful month of celebration will be remembered and that you will take this Enlightenment Day as your own. This April, I sincerely hope that the future of all humankind will be filled with mutual prosperity and equality and peace, free from war, ignorance, and poverty. I pray that, with a single mind and heart, we all become pioneers and masters who cultivate a life filled with the beauty of happiness through the joy of enlightenment. How can we cultivate a happy life with the joy of enlightenment? First, let's sow the seeds of hope. Hope is not something that just comes naturally. It is generated by those who plant and sow seeds. There is no way to produce a good harvest without planting. And so, to realize our hopes and dreams, we need a clear vision with a clear purpose. And we need to live our lives step by step according to that vision and plan. Every day, our self-directed choices create small hopes that are planted in our daily lives. If we continually recite the hopeful mantra, I am the master who invites blessings, then the seeds of hope will take root. Secondly, let's transform ourselves through continuous reflection and awakening. Everything is constantly changing. However, we tend to live habitual and repetitive lives. In such a life, no new creation can occur. So we must change the trajectory of our habitual and repetitive lives with fresh and creative thinking. In order not to be dominated by the given external situations, but to be the master of our own lives, we need conscious awakening and deep self-reflection to transform and advance as humans. To be free from the gravitational pull of the earth, a rocket needs to possess more power than the Earth's gravity. Similarly, to overcome the habitual patterns in our lives, we need the power of deep reflection in our mind. We also need to continuously apply effort and perseverance to maintain our awakened experiences. We should not be complacent and satisfied with a comfortable and habitual life as if we are growing in a greenhouse. Instead, we need to develop ourselves by constantly exposing ourselves to new environments and challenging situations, as well as to different people. Thirdly, let's become practitioners who practice with their actions. Only those whose actions are their practice can obtain abundant fruits. It has been said that in the coming age, Only those who put their faith into practice will be able to stand in the world and be welcomed. Even if we have many hopes and plans in our lives, we can never change or develop without taking action. Therefore, we need to shift our consciousness from a passive to an active life, from a negative to a positive and progressive one. We need to cultivate our own lives well by making great effort. Our life is originally a beautiful and happy one. However, it is our greed, ignorance, and habitual patterns that make us deviate from the orbit of a beautiful and happy life. To return to the original orbit of a beautiful and happy life, we must constantly plant the seeds of hope. We must transform ourselves actively through introspection and awakening. We must become practitioners who put into practice the Dharma we learn. Let us cultivate and nurture a beautiful, creative, and happy life with the joy of enlightenment so that we can free ourselves from greed, habitual tendencies, and ignorance. Kamsahamnida.
풍년일세 달아 밝은 나라 대낮같이 밝은 나라
Happy!
Happy! The Great Awakening Day!
Master Sote-san decided immediately that he wanted to also teach people about his path. And he began by looking to see what he had never learned before, learning about other faiths. And he quickly realized that the faith in the world that was closest to his great enlightenment was the teachings of the Buddha. And so he said that that the Buddha would be his original source of inspiration. But he didn't have the Buddha to reach Buddhahood. He didn't have anyone to teach him. And he dedicated his life to creating a path for us so that we could reach great enlightenment without having to go through what he went through, which eventually caused him, was part of what ended his life at a relatively young age, all the adversity that he went through. So I was thinking today, when I was thinking of telling you this story, I thought, can I call this a story? Story sounds like something that happened long ago and far, far away, and it's kind of a myth. And I thought, okay, I wanted to somehow convey this happened not very long ago at all. People saw this happening. People witnessed what happened afterwards. This is not a long ago story. This is a modern story. But it's so amazing, so remarkable, that it's hard to get our minds around it. What is this great enlightenment? And people today have done some wonderful speaking about great enlightenment. I certainly don't know exactly what great enlightenment is. But I know that there's a path that Master Sote-san dedicated the rest of his life to creating for us, for everyone in the world, to create a better world through creating great enlightenment in each individual, creating societies that would be founded on that great enlightenment, rather than external rules or ideas that would be founded by internal light. The internal light that's in all of us, that Master Sote-san expressed first and then offered us a way to find there in ourselves. So I thank you for listening, and happy Great Enlightenment Day.
Pong Pong, nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Reverend Wang Gong.
Do you know that today is a very special day?
Oh, is it because all these nice people are here?
Yes, partly. All our wonderful friends are here because today we are celebrating Great Awakening Day.
What is Great Awakening Day?
It is the day we celebrate the enlightenment of our founding teacher, Sote-san.
How did that happen?
Well, here is the story. More than 100 years ago, Sote-san was just a little boy who had a lot of questions. He looked up at the sky and asked, "That sky is so high and so vast. How did it get so clean? How did the winds and clouds suddenly arise from such a clear sky?" Eventually, his inquiring mind began to reflect on himself. His own existence became the subject of his questioning. As he thought of his parents, the relationship of his parents became the subject of his questioning. When thinking of the day and night, the change of day and night became the object of questioning.
Every day for many years, little Sotaesan looked around and asked questions.
But could anyone answer them?
No one could answer his questions. When he was 10, Sotaesan heard a story about mountain spirits and thought that perhaps a mountain spirit could answer all his questions. In hopes of meeting such a spirit, he arduously climbed Sambat Mountain every day for 5 years and prayed there fervently. On top of the mountain, there was a huge and flat rock where he prayed to meet a mountain spirit. To support his quest, his mother made a lunchbox for him and gave him a separate bag with an offering.
But did he ever meet the mountain spirit?
No, he did not meet the mountain spirit, but a friendly tiger often came to visit him and guided his way.
Wow, that is so cool!
Yes, that's cool. He got to spend time with the mountain tiger even though he never met the mountain spirit. However, his 5 years of consistent effort strengthened his spiritual power.
Hiking that mountain every day must have made his legs strong too.
That's right. Would you like to hear what happened next?
Yes, please.
At age 15, young Sotaesan heard a story about a Taoist teacher helping someone solve their problems. So he began to search for a wise teacher of the way to help resolve his doubts and guide him to the right path in life. He searched fervently through many hardships, but found no one to answer his questions and guide him.
Oh no!
Yes, his quest was not easy. But his desperately seeking mind led him to become absorbed with the one thought, what shall I do? What shall I do? This question became his koan, led him into serious meditation. One morning, in his contemplation while waiting for a river boat, he entered deep samadhi. When the boat returned in the evening, the village passengers noticed that he had remained in the exact same spot in perfect stillness for the entire day. Through this experience, his question, what shall I do, dissolved. After this, he often experienced oneness with the universe wherever he practiced. He was only 25 years old. Sotaesan's dedicated ascetic practice led him to often sit or stand like a statue, which caused his health to seriously suffer. His wife Ha-un worked hard to maintain the household without holding any resentment toward her husband. She also prayed for Sotaesan's health, recovery, and the fulfillment of his wishes.
Wow, she was so supportive.
Yes, indeed. Then, on April 28, 1916, 108 years ago, at the first light of dawn, Sotaesan was enlightened to the truth of universe.
How did that happen? Was there a lightning bolt?
Not exactly. Sotaesan was meditating in a dark room at his hermitage. Then, in the early morning before dawn, he unexpectedly felt refreshed with a clear spirit. He had never felt this before. A luminous, great spiritual energy. He went outside. What a clear sky! What bright stars! The breeze felt so fresh, and everything became crystal clear. He knew he was free from all questions and all seeking, clearly seeing the truth of the universe and of all humanity. Breathing deeply, he walked around the yard. At that moment, a poem spontaneously arose in his mind. 청풍 월상시 만상 자연명. When the moon rises while a fresh breeze blows, the myriad forms become naturally clear. Sotaesan found himself reflecting on the years of hardship along his journey. He was surprised to see that he was disheveled. His nails were long and dirty, and he realized he was hungry. As the sun continued to rise, Sotaesan's clear awakening brightened and grew. So he proclaimed, all things in the universe are of one spiritual nature. All dharmas come from one source. In this oneness, the principle of no beginning and no ending, and the principle of cause and effect are mutually grounded on one another, creating the clear truth. Pong Pong, can you understand this?
Well, can you understand this, Reverend Wonggong?
In this passage, Pong Pong, I see two aspects of truth. First, the principle of no beginning and no ending, which we can view as permanence. Second, the principle of cause and effect, which we can view as impermanence. One good example of these principles is the cycles of the seasons. When you experience the unfolding of spring, summer, fall, and winter, we really feel the profound changes. This is impermanence. However, this cycle never ceases. In this continuation, there is no beginning and no ending. This is permanence.
Oh, that is very helpful, Reverend Wonggong. Can we all read the passage together one more time?
That is a great idea. All things in the universe are of one spiritual nature. All dharmas come from one source. In this oneness, the principle of no beginning and no ending, and the principle of cause and effect are mutually grounded on one another, creating the clear truth. Dear Pong Pong and dear friends, what do you think of the story of Sotaesan's enlightenment? Do you feel challenged? Inspired? Do you long for your own awakening? Longing is like dreaming. Life is full of dreams that keep us focused and determined. The future belongs to those who believe in their dreams. Master Sotaesan attained his great enlightenment through his longing and dedication to his dream. He also said that we would not need to follow his path of struggle to reach our own great awakening, because he had blazed a trail for us. How fortunate we are. May our journey of great awakening be joyous and happy.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Every year, with joyous and vibrant energy, our Reverends sing a song, the song of Great Awakening Day, to celebrate the enlightenment of Venerable Sotaesan. Though the song is sung in Korean, its meaning is universal, and here is a brief translation. Great opening, great opening. The great opening of a new era is here. The universe, one household, all beings, one family. Where is Buddha? The Buddha is within all things in the universe. Everywhere a Buddha, every act a Buddha offering. Let us turn formal Buddha offerings into pragmatic offerings. Through the practice of mind and body, may we embody the Buddha Dharma in everyday life. Great opening, great opening. The great opening of a new era is here.
우주가 한지반 만생영이
붙여 어디내고 푸짐한 우리 모두 붙여 형식불공하는 마음 실질불공 만장하세 영가를 불상전하여 불복생활 아르머니 열리었네 열리었네 새 세상이 열리었네 새 세상이 열리었네 새 세상이 열리었네 새 세상이 열리었네.
Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone today for all your sharing and for your practice here together. As you've heard from Reverend Wongong and from Pong Pong and Cassie, 108 years ago, our founding teacher Sote-san attained great enlightenment. And each year we celebrate this anniversary because it's our spiritual birthday. In honor of this event, today from 1 to 5 p.m. this afternoon, we're going to be hosting an open house right here in the Chapel Hill Temple. And there will be mini classes, a gift shop, kids' activities, and a piñata. And so we look forward to seeing you, rain or shine. Keep your fingers crossed for good weather. This temple slowly operates through your donations. On your way out in the foyer, there's a donation jar and also information for online donating. Thank you for your kind support. And now, because today is our spiritual birthday, we're going to sing Happy Birthday. And so here are the words. I'll say it and then we can sing it together. So we're going to say, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to One Buddhism. And happy birthday to us. Okay? You ready? Okay, so happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to Buddhism. Happy birthday to Happy birthday.
So, one, I have the blue candle, and this is the COVID eater way of blowing the candle. And then we lick the no cream here. Thank you, it's beautiful. Don't forget to have a slice of a cake before you leave today.
Yes, and very specifically, I have instructions here that when we all leave today, please very gently and quietly put your mat away. And then there'll be a birthday cake in the back and also some gluten-free and vegan treats. And so enjoy your mindful, spiritual birthday cake eating meditation. And also, there are some cards in the back. This really is the day our Reverends celebrate their birthday. When they're ordained, they stop celebrating the birthday of their physical birth and celebrate the birthday of the spirit. So there's some cards. If you'd like to write them a note, there's a little basket you can put them in. And with that, we'll finish. 감사합니다. So let's wave, say happy birthday and wave to our friends at home, to our camera here. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.